Pardon me. I'm 27. I had my first boxing fight when I was 17 or 16. That is my first pair of boxing gloves. That is my first headgear right there. And that is my dog. I had my first boxing fight when I was 16 or 17 years old. And I got my ass kicked. I didn't get knocked out. I didn't get dropped. But I got my ass kicked over the course of the fight. Barely had any good moments. And I thought I was top cheese. I thought I was the bee's knees. I thought I was so good. I had been training for a year, 2 years. I was in that phase. I had been training for a year to 2 years, and I thought I was so good. And in that phase, you think you're so good because you've gone from someone so shit to not shit. And you just, that gap, that massive gap of your 2 years learning experience, you just learn so much and you just feel so empowered. But really, you know, fuck all compared to the guy who's been boxing for 6 years in the gym, who kicks your ass, who's half your size, right? So I lost my first fight. I got fucking rolled. And the reason I did it, the reason I lost my first fight was because I thought I was the man. So if this can just help anyone that's clicked on this who has got anything to do with boxing, who is interested in boxing or anything like that, don't think whatever you do, just whatever you do. I know confidence is good, and you see fighters being confident on TV, and you see like Floyd Mayweather talking confidence, and words of affirmation are good in the gym and training in your mind. You know, when you're tired, you say, I don't get tired, I don't get tired. That's good. But for heaven's sake, just don't think you're the man. Do not go in there with full-blown confidence. You want to go in there in a calm, cool, collected, but not confident. You're not confident because you know full well if this is your first boxing fight, you can get dropped just like he can get dropped. Like, it can go either way. And I thought, my coach told me, you know, you're supposed to win this fight. You're going to win this fight, like, prior. And I think that also helped with me being like, oh, okay, like, I'm going to win this fight. And I was drinking the night before, drinking even if the whole week leading up to the fight. I was just drinking, going on nights out, partying, because that's what I was doing at the time anyway. So I wasn't going to stop it for the fight. And so I did all that, and I didn't really take it that seriously. And I just like, oh, I've got this. You know, I'm pretty fit, so I'm sweet. I'm gonna be alright. And I even, yeah. Anyway, come fight night, my heart started racing. It was my first fight. The crowd was around me. I was so much adrenaline. Like, my heart was just going through my chest, and I was just like, holy crap. Like, I'm walking through and there's people everywhere, and then all my training went right out the window. All that training went right out the window. I was just so confident, and boom, just going boxing. And then the first round went okay. The first round was pretty even. Second round, third round, I was starting to get beat on. And yeah, and I lost that fight. And I thought it was my first fight, and losing your first fight's real tough because you think it can be a real hard, tough pill to swallow, but it's one that you need to swallow to realize, like, you're not the man. You think you're the man, but you're not the man. And even if you don't think you're the man, like, low-key, kind of do a little bit think you're the man because you're pretty good, but really you're not. So, like, when you get in that first fight, just remember, confidence is good, but you don't have confidence because you haven't done it yet, right? So you can't be confident. You can be confident in your abilities and belief in yourself, and faith and belief in yourself. That's totally different. But confident that you're going to win is like saying, well, I'm confident that I'm going to win. I'm confident that I'm going to go in there, you know? How confident are you? Are you going to bet money on it? No. Well, then you're not that confident, are you? Are you going to bet your house on it? And then, obviously, you know, when you ask yourself those questions, you'd be like, oh, actually, am I confident? You know, would I bet my house on it? Would I bet $1 million I don't have on it? You know, and then you start to realize, oh, maybe I'm not that confident. So don't go in there confident, because that's how I lost my first boxing fight. Okay. And I learned my lesson because my second boxing fight, I had a draw, which I felt like, yeah, I felt like it could have gone either way, but we won't get into that. But so I learned my lesson because the second fight, I didn't go in there with that confidence. My confidence was shot down to the ground, absolutely destroyed. So it was gone. So I had to earn it, right? I had to earn it through competence. I had to earn the confidence through competence and being comfortable in that place. And you're not comfortable when it's your very first fight. So don't go in there feeling confident, but go calm, cool, collected. Okay? Because a relaxed muscle always fires faster than a tense muscle. You want to be relaxed, cool, calm, collected, breathe. Don't forget to breathe in your first boxing fight. Make sure you breathe. That's something I just forgot to do. You might be like, how the fuck do you forget to breathe? Well, when you're in there getting punched and you're moving around and you're trying to punch him and you got the crowd, everything, sometimes you actually forget to breathe, bro. You forget to actually, damn, take a breath. And you got a mouth guard in your mouth. And I don't know if you know this, but when you got a mouth guard in your mouth, it actually takes up a lot of space in your mouth and it's harder to get your breath back. So you got to breathe through your nose. And if you got a nose that's busted like mine, it's kind of, you see that kind of like line that's crooked there? Yeah, so I've got like, that's from boxing too long. And you can kind of see a bump there. But I can't breathe through my nose properly. So when I get really tired, especially if there's blood, if you get a blood nose and you can't breathe through your nose, you got to breathe through your mouth. So yeah, don't forget to breathe. That's your first boxing fight, you're just getting into boxing and you're thinking about having a fight. Don't go in there confident, but go in there cool, calm, collected, and you'll get your confidence after your first fight, and you get to see what you're made out of. You get to see what cloth you're cut from. You're either cut from this cloth or that cloth. There's no in between. You either have it or you don't, and you get to find out. And then from that day, when you find out you have it or not, then you can go into the second fight with a bit more spark. You know what I mean? Because you realize like you found something out in yourself, and it gets put to the line when you got a big crowd around you. A big crowd when your friends, family, people you know, your whole gym, training partners, everyone's around and watching. It's a lot to take on, man. It's a lot to take on. Like I don't know how to describe it, what word is accurate to describe it, but it's a lot to take on. So just, if you got, yeah, I don't know. I ranted, I talked a lot of shit. 7 minutes 30. We'll leave it there. Yeah, if you are into boxing or you like boxing or whatever, go and have your first fight. I would wear headgear or whatever, like a proper, do it in like a corporate setting or something. But man, it's just an experience. I'm not saying go get punched in the head. Obviously, that kind of um is inevitable if you're going to go do that. But I'm just saying it's really, if you are sporty and athletic and you kind of have interest in that, go do it once, because you find so much out about yourself and it's so worth it. And it's an experience that you just never forget. I can talk about it like it was yesterday. I'm 27. It happened when I was 16, 17. 10 years ago. Like I remember it like it was yesterday. It's just such a cherished moment in my life. My very first, if you haven't had a boxing fight, go have one. If you're into boxing or whatever like that, obviously if you've never boxed before, don't go into have a boxer fight. You should be training to protect yourself at least. But yeah, it's just such an experience. Don't go in there with a full-blown confidence, because you got to earn that. You got to earn confidence. And you see those fighters on TV, they're confident because they've been in how many fights. So peace out. A-Town.